I'm getting a slow start to my day. It's after 1 o'clock on the East Coast here, and I just, yesterday was busy. We went to, I didn't want to go to Goodwill because there was an incident there with a dog. And I do not ever want to go to a Goodwill ever again. Ever. No Goodwills. I'm done with Goodwills, at least for now. For now, I feel like I'm done with Goodwills forever. But I'm still mad. So um, I went to a different thrift store that I've been to several times. A girl privately owns it, and her husband. And she has so much stuff. It's just piles and mounds of things. And she gives really good deals. Like printers are $1. Printers are $1. Um, Books, if you fill an entire box, whatever size box she has on hand, it's $5. By the way, my books I left there, I forgot them. Her plushes are free, so I ended up getting a $45 puppet. Ended up being a good quality one that sells rapid, like 100% sell-through rate. So it was a busy day. We were there. We were only planning to go there to look for golf clubs, and she didn't have any. She said she'd thrown them all away because nobody was buying them, and I was like, never throw away golf clubs. So she's got my number. She's had it for a while. Um, but we looked through, and we hadn't been there in like a month and a half, so there was quite a bit to look at. She had gotten more stuff in, but I'm tired. Today I'm just tired because yesterday was busy. I did a lot of lifting. I did a lot of reaching and pulling and going through the stuff in her shop. I was probably there for about 2 hours, maybe. And time just flew by because me and Doug were doing what we love to do. Um, and that was finding bargains. All the stuff that I got, plus some DVDs and a box full of cables and wires that they sell really well too. I saw two in there that sell for about 15 or 20 a piece. So when she said $5 for the whole thing because they were tangled, I said I'll buy them all because I knew there were going to be more in there as well. The rest of them I could redonate or throw away. Um, it was worth it, to untangle them when I got home, which I did. They're all entangled. They're sitting here all entangled and in their own private little bags. These are the ones that sell for about 20 bucks a piece. I have two of them. And there were a couple of others, plus there was this router, which is still in great shape. So that was all $5. So there's profit in that. A lot of it, probably around $90 to $120 in just that $5 that I spent. Plus the books, which Doug's got to go by and pick up for me today because we forgot them. We had so much stuff. The plushes are all in a bag in the room. I've got to clean them up. I mean, they're clean. I just, you have to wipe them down. You have to surface wash them. They're going to probably go to a child. But I'm just tired today. And my arms are sore. Like the backs of my arms are sore from all the lifting and hoisting and stuff. But so it's the weekend. And when Doug had his other job, when we first moved here, he had one job. And then when we finally, he got settled where we had the RV, where we parked for so long. Well, it's still there. I'm just saying when we lived behind his job. When he had that job, we didn't look forward to the weekends because he worked the weekends. He worked all week and then he would work Saturday and sometimes he worked a few hours on Sunday. And if he didn't work on Sunday, he was just too tired to do anything. So, this job, it's 5 days a week. It's great. They appreciate all of their employees, not just him. They are so good to him. And they're good to all of them. It's a small company. And when the weekend rolls around, like when Thursday rolls around, we hold out. We're like, it's okay, tomorrow's it. And then we have the weekend. Well, he's been sick all week. He's had something wrong with his stomach all week. And he does have diverticulitis. So we're figuring it's a bout of diverticulitis. And he felt okay to go to work 2 days ago. But then yesterday, he felt bad again. He couldn't sit up. When he got up, he just texted, hey, I'm not going to come in today. I can't even walk straight up. So he's trying to avoid going to the hospital because that's the last place you want to be right now with everything that's going on, So Lost my shoe. But anyway, so he went to work today. He said he felt a little better. He's still sore, but not like he was. And we're going to try to take it chill this weekend. We're going to go to some yard sales tomorrow because I got some money in my pocket. I always have money in my pocket. But we're going to go to some yard sales across town tomorrow. We're going to visit Will and take something to him that I wanted to give him. And Sunday, I think we're going to go to the beach or something. I'm not sure. We're going to go do something on Sunday. And just enjoy our time together. We're always working. It's constant. It's just, it doesn't end. If we're not literally physically working, like he works and then he'll come home and he'll do the resale thing with me, and we're shipping or listing or making contact. It's always something. Cleaning items, taking pictures. It's always something. This week is another week that I just kind of, I didn't do much. It's becoming a clusterfuck here. I can't, I've got too much stuff. I can't even maneuver in my room. And I'm like, I know I had something I wanted to list, but I can't remember what it was. And, it just keeps going like that. But anyway, I'm getting ready to buy like 400 or 500 DVDs. So I got to do that next week. Only because DVDs are so easy to list. They're so simple to list. It's just easy and quick, and they go, like, for what I'm paying for them, which is going to end up being like maybe 20 cents or a quarter a piece, something like that. If I sell every one of them for $4 plus shipping, I'll list them at $4 plus shipping, and I may or may not comp them and see if some of them sell for way more. Only a handful of them are still sealed, but I'm hoping to find that one gem, that one that goes for around $35, even if it's not sealed. That's what I consider a gem when it comes to DVDs, because DVDs are really common. VHSs, people are having to fit over the Black Diamond Disney. It's not a thing. I don't know why people are charging like $2,000 and $3,000. I have a whole set of Black Diamond. Congratulations. Nobody's buying them. For a minute there, someone tried to promote that by putting on some fake ass auction with somebody and trying to promote the wealth and value of a Black Diamond Disney video, and there's not one. It didn't work again. It died off really quick because people realized they're everywhere. I've got a crap load of them. I mean, I've got a shit ton of Black Diamonds. They're not worth anything. That's why I still have them. VHSs, But, I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm going to do something with them. But I've had them forever. Someone threw them away when they moved. They had a bag full of VHSs. They were all fine, so I got them. I've had them forever. But, yeah, I think we're going to go to the beach or something. Do y'all have plans for the weekend? Anyone want to speak? I think we're going to go to the beach. We're not going to do anything. I don't think we're going to fish or anything. I think we're just going to go to the beach. And they're talking about raging storms off the coast, which will cause the water to churn, and we'll get lots of really cool shit along the shoreline. We'll get lots of driftwood and sea urchins and starfish and alive seahorses. And if I see that, I am going to do videos so you guys can see the real live sea urchins that I see after a storm when I go out to the ocean. I haven't been in a while. Aw, make a vacay. Go on a vacay, even if it's for 2 days. But yeah, so, I'll touch on this. I had a bad dream last night. Look at my kitchen. It's not terrible, but my bedroom's full. See my bedroom? It's full. I got so much stuff. It's crazy. So I had a bad dream last night. I'll go ahead and tell y'all the dream. It was pretty bad. Me and Doug were at a train crossing, and we stopped. the arm came down, and there were two tracks like side by side close together, but there were more tracks just across the length of, that span of road. It was like right by a train yard where you'll see a lot of train tracks. So it was like we were right in that type of area, and there was a train coming. It was just a train car with I think it was one or two cars on it. I know it had at least one car, probably two, but I know it was just like moving through. So that one went. A woman was walking, and she stepped off the track to let it by. But as that one passed, just the engine alone of another train came, and it was moving about the same speed. And she wandered, looking down at her phone, just kind of casually wandered onto that track. And I don't know if in the dream she had on earbuds or what, but I screamed at Doug and said she can't hear the other train because of the first train. And I don't know if he honked the horn in the dream. I think we were both in shock, but it was slow motion moving, and it just ran her over. And I remember covering my face and looking away and going, "Oh my God." And I could describe the woman to you. I could literally describe this woman to you. And I couldn't take my eyes off of her in the dream until I saw that train was about to hit her. It was moving at about the pace of a runner that was running at a pretty good clip, and it ran her over. And then as it passed, Doug wanted to get the hell out of there, so he kind of went over the track, and you could see her freaking body parts in the road. And all I remember seeing was her top part of her torso and nothing else. And there was no clothing on it, like the train had ripped the clothing right off of her body parts. And it was just, what a horrible dream. What a horrible dream. And Doug was like, just forget it. Just forget it. And I just looked at him, and I can't just forget it. He would just forget it. And we went on our way. I mean, there was more to the dream. I remember more to the dream, but we came up on a group, and we were talking to them, and they were sitting on the side of the road, and we stopped. They were older men, and they were talking with us about, I don't even know what. And I wanted to say something then to them about what I had just seen. And Doug nudged me to shut me up, like he was guilty of something. It was weird, but it was a dream, so it's going to be weird. But I could describe that lady to you. She had darker hair, but it had been bleached a little bit, so it kind of had that reddish tinge, and it was short and puffy. She had short, puffy hair, like it was wispy, wavy, but really short. It was worse, like really wispy. And she had it pulled back, kind of like I've got mine pulled back with one of these things here, and not just partially. She had on a white skirt. You know those shorts skirts? She had on a white skirt, a pair of tennis shoes, and a colored top, but I don't know what color, but it wasn't white. And she had a backpack / shoulder bag, really full, over her shoulder. And she was holding a phone and chewing gum, and she was looking down at her phone and casually walking. It was like she had taken that path a bazillion times. She was walking so casually. And it was like she must have been lost in thought. Of course, it was a dream, but if you're a human at all, you try to make sense of your dreams. So in my dream, I'm thinking she must have been really lost in thought and so comfortable with her path that she got careless because she had taken that path so many times. A lot of times, people that drive a lot for their job and drive the same path so much, delivery drivers, whatever, not food delivery, but like package deliveries and people that deliver parts, and it's a tedious job, very tedious in that it's constantly the same path. Hold on, Kevin, y'all should see how big Kevin, dag, he's a psycho now, this cat. But truck drivers do it. They'll fall asleep on the job. They'll fall asleep on the road, and they'll say, I don't know why in the world I fell asleep, I've taken this path a bazillion times. And it's because you've taken the path a bazillion times. I think that's why I got the impression in the dream that she had taken it so many times. She was casual, and it just seemed like she'd done it many times. Anyway, that was my dream. And as you can see, I don't read anything into my dreams. I used to. I tried to. What does it mean? What does it mean? It doesn't mean shit. It means you had a dream about a lady that was run over by a slow-moving train engine. That's what it means. It means nothing. I used to try to see something in it, but yeah. Um, we deal with a lot of train tracks right here. Just based on where we're at, a lot of the things we do is on the opposite side of the track flow. So, I mean, it's like trains are a constant part of my day. Yeah, they're everywhere around here. My father retired from CSX. He worked for the railroad my whole life. So I mean, trains are. I travel by Amtrak when I do have to travel. You know, so I mean, trains are a part of my life. So that's not unique in any way. But I was on an Amtrak train when it crashed and hit something. So I mean, uh, just a couple years back with the boys. So none of this is unique to me. It's just to dream that, and it was so graphic. It was so flippin' real. It was so real. And it just like, I don't like that I can identify the woman. Her glasses. You know them 70s and early 80s big fat round ones with their like shaded, like when you go in the sun they darken and when you come out of the sun they lighting. That's what she had on. Some of them slightly bigger ones. I remember that. But anyway, I'm rambling. No one's talking to me. But I mean, you are. You're not no one. I'm just saying, you know. Uh, anyway, other than the dream, life is good, you guys. We're having some shit here in the park. Everyone is, not just me. They don't even know who I am here, which I like. You know, we stay to ourselves. You know, we're not that nosy fucking Nan out here. Nobody is really. I've not seen that at all here. People stay to themselves. I love it. But there is one person, but he's harmless and he's just somebody we all roll our eyes about and go, okay. But anyway, they're giving people shit about. Right, what happened was some people walk their dogs out here and they let their dog shit in other people's yards and they don't clean it up. So the people have been complaining to the management. I'm stepping in dog shit in my yard, and I don't have dogs. I don't have dogs, but there's dogs shitting in my yard. So they go, we don't know who to blame for it. You know, we can't just blame anybody. So they find out who's doing it. They watch. So they report that to the management. I have nothing to do with this. I'm seeing it all go down online. I'm watching, and they say, there's nothing we can do about it. So then they issue a memo the other day, and it says, I'll read it to you if I can fucking find it. They say, there's all these new stipulations. If you have poop in your yard, you are required to keep it cleaned up. If they find poop in your yard, if they find poop in your yard that you pay rent for, your fucking yard that no one belongs in anyway, because it's your yard that you're paying an outrageous amount for. By the way, they've raised our rent again. They raised it in January for everyone, and now they've raised it again today, October 1. So we're about to head out of here. I'll get to that in a minute. This is my life update stream, you guys. So you better join in, because it's getting deleted after this. So maybe. I don't know. I might be nice and leave it up. I don't have to see. So, there was nothing in the memo. It was just, you know, they mentioned you have to clean your own yard up, even if it's not your dog shit. Nothing in the memo about the repercussions to the person who owns the dog who's shitting in everyone's yard and they're not cleaning it up. Because part of the lease is if your dog messes, you have to clean your dog's mess up. You can't let your dog shit at the park and then not clean it up. You can't let your dog shit in a neighbor's yard and not clean it up. But there was nothing in there about that. And right, see, I mean, people are just disrespectful as hell. So then, I mean, if you're walking through your yard and you don't have a dog, you don't assume you're going to step in dog shit. You don't have a dog. Why would you? Um, okay. What was the other thing in the memo? Oh, you cannot have your dog on the front porch, like on your porch, with like, we have a gate on ours. We had a gate when we moved in here. There was a gate there. Um, we have a gate. We just expanded it to make it a little bit taller because of our dogs are being like hyper and wild. The people before us had an older big dog and he wouldn't try to jump out. But anyway, so if you have a dog and your dog is on your porch or your deck, enjoying the weather, not out, not going after no one, not unleashed, on your porch, in your yard, that you're required to keep clean or they're going to clean it and then charge you. Forgot to mention that. So here we are in our responsibility yard on our deck. Not me. I'm just saying, everybody, if you have a dog outside on the deck, unattended, as in you're not sitting right there at all times, like bam, right there, don't leave. They will come charge you extra as a fine, and they will physically remove your gate from your deck. They will come remove. I own this. This is flat out paid for. It was paid for in cash 2 months before I got the keys. That deck is mine. That gate is mine. The plants leading up to that gate are mine. But they're going to come and take my gate down. Now, that's a rule that, not me, I'm just saying, anyone with that happening. They have rules that they apply to certain people and not blanket the whole park, just specific people. There's a leash rule in the lease that says you have to leash your dog. You cannot walk your dog without a leash. There is a leash law in Jacksonville. You cannot walk your dog without a leash. There's a guy. He's the only one. There are several. Some people just open their door and let their dog take off, do its business, and then come back. I don't know who these people are. I've heard other people complain about them on the other side of the park, I guess. I don't know. There's a guy who walks his dog every day. A terrier breed, a bully breed, which is not even allowed in the park, first off. But here he is. A white one. No leash. Just lets the dog walk beside him. Not only that, he's not watching the dog. He finds that moment every single day. Since he's moved in, I've not once seen him walking that dog without a leash, without looking at his phone. He's in his phone the whole time he's walking that dog. He's not looking at that dog. I saw him out here a few months ago talking. He stopped in mid-walk back home to talk to the guy down from me. And his dog stood there, and then there's some kids that just moved in, had just moved in right across the street from me, kind of diagonal, and he heard the kids, the dog did. And the dog perked up, and I was watching from the porch and thought, oh God, this dog's going over to those kids. That's not cool. That's not fucking cool. And the dog ran over to the kids. He kept talking. I wanted to punch him in his face. That guy is the most irresponsible gun owner, dog owner, probably gun owner too, that I have seen since I've been here. I have never seen someone so and it's not he's clueless. The park warned him, because I reported to the park. I said, hey, you got people out here that may be fearful of dogs. They may have been bit by a dog. They may have chosen to live here because you had the rule about the leash, and it made them feel better. They're not obligated to tell us if that's their situation, but that's a consideration you need to make. And the fact that it's a rule here, and this guy does not leash his dog. I've never even seen him holding one. No leash, nothing. And I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. So apparently she did, and one day right after that, we saw him walking the dog on a leash. Okay, that was once. Never happened again. The next time we saw him, he was walking the dog with the leash around his neck, draped across his neck. And I was like, this mother, we started calling him Captain Trailer Park because he acts like he's like rules don't apply to him. But the reality is he's friends with the maintenance man, clearly. So the rules don't apply to him. You know, the rules are selectively applied to everyone. And as someone who has been a homeowner more years than not, way more years, this doesn't sit well with me. I can't sit here and blindly watch certain people get rules not applied to them. I stood there talking to the manager of the park when the guy walked up to the playground one day, and I went, there he is again, no leash. Do you see? She went, I know, I saw that. She said, well, the dog's really well trained. I went, I don't see that stipulation in the lease. I just told her, I was like, nowhere in the lease does it say well-trained dogs do not apply. Again, we're still back to, I mean, good for the dog. What about the people in this park that may be fearful of dogs? You know, it could be an elderly person. It could be someone who stays to themselves. I mean, who knows? Who cares? You'd have to consider everybody. It is not that big of a convenience for this guy to leash his dog. So this place has gotten to that point where, what is the deal with, every time you run into an asshole, they're riding around, a nosy person is always riding around on a golf cart. Why is that? Why do nosy people always end up on a golf cart? I don't get it. There's a woman who rides around the Walmart and the River City Shopping Center on a golf cart. Well, you know, we go out there, and a lot of times if we have a shipment that's really big, we'll need a box that's really big. And the security guy that is in charge, he's a younger guy, ran into us one day out there, asked us what the hell we were doing. We told him, he said, oh, you're fine. Get all of them you want. Well, one day we were out there about 2 weeks ago getting a box, and I ended up having to buy one, but, going to get a box out of the cardboard recycle bin. It's completely clean. It's dry. You know, it's board. So this old chick on the golf cart with her giant trash can and her little her grabber and her broom, she goes whipping through there at fucking 80 miles an hour on that little cart. I don't know what kind of battery she got in that thing. And I smiled and waved, and she just looked at me and smiled and kept going with her look. She has real short hair, like shaved up, real short hair, choppy, real choppy, and glasses. And she whips out, and at that point, she's on the phone. The next thing I know, the guy from Trailer Park Boys with the glasses, he rolls up. Oh, you can't be putting stuff in there. I went, excuse me? I mean, he was like right on it. He was like, bam. And I stopped and looked at him, and Doug was still in the car because I was there long enough to grab a box. We weren't getting out hunting. I just needed a box. And he said, what are you doing over there? You can't take anything. I said, they're boxes. He went, you're not allowed to take anything from here. He never left his car. He stayed right behind the door of his car. He would not come out. And I went, why not? Your guy said that we could. He said, who's your boss? Who's your boss? I said, I didn't say anything about a boss. I said, your guy, one of your security guys, told me it was fine. They're boxes. And he went, well, no one alerted me. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, you're going to have a sit-down convo with the whole crew and go, oh, by the way, there's going to be a fat blonde-haired chick getting cardboard. She's good. Let her pass. No, of course not. Are you kidding me? So the rent-a-cop was like, yeah, no one told me. And I went, okay, all right. You can keep your boxes. I did ask him, do you have a personal bond with these boxes? Is there some kind of an emotional attachment I'm not aware of? He went, what? Never mind, Seymour. Off I went. I went and bought a box. And I mean, I've got the money, clearly, to buy a box, but what's the point? You've got boxes right there, you know. Not the only reseller who recycles boxes and packing supplies. So, anyway, that bitch was on a golf cart. Every HOA has a bitch on a golf cart riding around to make sure you didn't park where you shouldn't park and crap like that. Jewel, hold on, mommy. Inspecting everything and keeping their nose all up in the crooks of everybody's bullshit that they pay for. Making sure the grass isn't grown up in the cracks of your sidewalk. You know, all those important things that give you a pleasant and happy community. And then you got the maintenance guy here. He rolls up here one day. I took Jewel out to pee, which I never, not even once in my life have I ever left my dog outside to pee alone. Ever. She has a panic issue. She has an emotional problem. I don't leave her. So I go take her outside to go pee, like I do twice a day, sometimes 3 or 4, depending on her guts. And my phone starts to ring. So I scramble back in after I hook her on the thing. She goes out there, she's sniffing around. My phone starts ringing while I'm standing there watching her. I run back in. I grab my phone. She starts barking. No sooner has my foot hit the inside of this door, she starts to bark. I go grab my phone off the counter. I run back out there real quick, like trying to tell her to shut up. I'm right here. Like, I thought she was freaking out because I stepped away, because I never do that. The maintenance guy is over here at the mobile home next to mine. He's checking the meters, the water meter, and he's sitting there all totally. And he goes, "You can't leave her out here unattended." Well, she's like wagging her tail and she's got her feet on the ledge of the golf cart and just happy. She's got company, right? And he looks at me and shakes his head like I'm busted and I'm going to go, "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry." I mean, he literally looked like he was like, "I have authority. Aren't you ashamed? Start groveling now." And I saw it and I thought, what is that look I'm seeing? And I was like, oh, when I heard the words, he said, "No, she cannot be left here unattended." I just stepped in to get my phone. It started to ring, so I grabbed it. And he just stared at me and went. I said, "Dude, really? How long have I been here? How many times have you seen my dog out here without me standing right here?" He said, "She cannot be out here alone." I said, "I'm aware of that. And the one time that I step inside to grab something, you pull up and you see it." I was like, "Aren't you the maintenance man? Go maintain something." Get the fuck away from me, dude. Go be the boss of someone who feels weak and inferior. Okay, Tudley? Thank you. But, anyway, we had small talk and he was on his way. But he tried so hard to make me feel like I was inferior. Oh, Bean, where's your stuff at? Where's your name? So, yeah, another asshole on a hover round. On a golf cart. And it's like, they give golf carts a bad name. And since when we moved in here, he was a fairly fit-looking, good-looking guy. He's a toad. Oh, you got rid of Bean? Why would you do that? You know I love that. And I'm still going to call you Bean. I don't give a fuck. You're still Bean. But yeah, I've gained weight since we've been here. But I'm not an asshole riding around on a golf cart. So yeah. It's just like golf carts are synonymous in neighborhoods, not on golf courses, but golf carts in neighborhoods are synonymous with nosy assholes. Think about it. Just mix that all up in your mind. Think about it. It's true. So, anyway, we're looking to get out of here. We're looking to get the fuck out of here. We're looking to sell this probably. We're making some changes very soon. Hopefully within the next. What is this? October, March, May. Hopefully by May. We're hoping by May. Cool Nazi. Oh, you're going up north. Oh, yeah. I want to go visit Shane and Josh and the girls. I want to go visit my mom and dad. I'm going to be able to take the dogs, but I can't take the cats. So I'm going to call around and see how much it costs to board cats. Then I'm going to take the cats to get their rabies shot. And then I'm going to board my cats, I think. I don't think it should be too high. But, I really should get my shit done today. But it's the weekend. I'm so happy. Things have been going really good. Things have been so good, you guys. I mean, they just have been. They've just been... How can things be bad when you're making money? How? No. No. How can things be bad when you can buy it for $5 and sell it for $150, you know? When you can buy it for $20 and sell it for $300. Where does life get bad? Because I'm not real sure I'm seeing it. Other than Doug not feeling good, you know. Hey, Troy. Oh. Whew. My sales are down right now because my listings are down. I haven't been listening. I really need to get on that. I guess it's because I know I don't have to. It's not my sole source of income. I'm just slacking up. I know that's probably what it is. I like to make sense of things, you know, but I think that's probably what it is. Mommy, you got to go out? You do? Okay. You going to tell me? Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. Mama, I'm going to try to take y'all outside with me, okay? All right, calm down. You go outside and go potty? My turtle's out here. Where's my turtle? Where'd she go? Where does Ho? Turtle burger. Where's my turtle burger? Oh, there she is. Why are you back there, weirdo? Quit it, freak. You can't fit there. What are you doing? Get. No. Good grief. All right, going outside, Mama. Good girl. You go pee-pee poopy. You go good girl. Let y'all watch my baby. You go good girl. You go pee-pee poopy. Joe, go pee-pee. Go good girl. Go on, Mama. Can y'all relate to my scenario of the golf carts? I mean, for real. Golf carts in neighborhoods are just... Well, like the Walmart chick. That wasn't a neighborhood. That was just, you know, a nosy bitch that has a part-time job during retirement that she just feels like there's so much authority to be had. Y'all get to watch my dog poo. Good girl! Go poopy in Mommy's yard. It's the weekend coming up. We got to clean all the poopy. Hopefully the rain will come and wash it away before I have to. Mommy! Yay! Good girl, Jula Bula. Jula Bula Bula. Look at that face. It's so white. She doesn't need any privacy. She's a hound dog. She just needs to be here for my entertainment. She's a poop Pez dispenser. Come on, Mommy. You can't have that much poopy. You didn't eat that much today. She's been very picky this week. She likes Gravy Train. So 2 days this week, she left her Gravy Train in the bowl, and then it got, because it's wet, you have to add water, and it got thick and hard and like clumped. She wouldn't eat. I was like, what are you doing? I went out of my way to go to a store that has Gravy Train because everyone's out of it, and now you're not going to eat it 2 days in a row? I didn't know she didn't eat it the first day because of her dog bowl is beside her pen. So the second morning, I go to get her bowl to make her food, wash her bowl, make her food. It's still full. I mean, completely full because she has not touched it. And I was like, really? So I made it again. Okay, she must have not felt good, so I'll make it again. So today we'll have it. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. And come here. Mommy, turn. Joe, come. Joe, come. Mommy, come here. Bula, come here. Okay. So, Sussy, let's go. You can't be out alone. Sussy. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. I made it again the next morning, which was yesterday morning, and she didn't eat it again. So, I gave her Gravy Train today, but dry with no water. I was like, I'm not giving you any water in it because you're wasting it. And Kevin keeps eating the Gravy Train because he thinks he's a damn dog because he's been drinking Chihuahua milk, and now he's freaking huge. Cat is so fat, man. He's so damn fat. Oh, God, come on. Really, Corey? Get it together. Get away. Ileana, go. Mora. All right. See you later, Bean. Have a good day. Oh, coffee time. Yum, yum. But it got cold, so now I've got to heat it up. Oh, nothing, just basically a chit-chat stream. I'm not attacking anybody or calling anybody names or not creating any drama because I'm fucking grown. I'm just talking to people. I'm not hiding my face. Look at there. I'm all over this motherfucker. I'll be 51 this year. And I don't care. I don't care. Okay. Come on, coffee. Heat up. I have been busy. Sort of. Yesterday I was busy. The rest of the week, not so much. The rest of the week, I kind of sucked a little bit. But you guys might want to know that the Goodwill has a policy that if there is a dog in a hot car in their parking lot because one of their shoppers left their dog in the car in a hot parking lot, they're not allowed to say anything. Their employees cannot say a word. Ain't that nice? So I won't be going back to Goodwill. I will not be going back to Goodwill. They literally told me to find out who owned the vehicle and say something. They told me to do that. Do you think I obliged them? Because I did. I was like, okay, you're going to regret that one. First thing I said was, I don't fucking work here. Why are you telling me to do it? It's like, you need to take care of this. So yeah, screw Goodwill. They get shit for free. Doesn't cost them a dime, and then they charge an arm and a leg for it. Their prices have gotten outrageous anyway. And then on top of it, yeah, we let dogs die in hot cars in our parking lot. And if employees say anything about it, because it would be the most humane thing to do, and it's the goodwill, so you'd think that they would, they could lose their job. And they probably will lose their job. Ain't that nice? Shocking. Shocking. But I got that bitch out. She wrapped up her shopping real quick and got her ass to the checkout. That poor dog was in there panting like mad. It's terrible. My friends were all like, you should have broke the window. No, I'm not going to break the window. The windows were down. I got her out. She wrapped it up after cussing me like I did something wrong. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now, you old bitch? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I didn't cuss her. I'm just saying, I'm thinking, you're insane. Then she called me a Karen. I was like, I'm a Karen because I'm telling you that you're killing your dog. Your dog is out there panting frantically. You've got that poor dog tethered in the back of your SUV so that the cracked windows you left, but like that, the poor dog can't reach the window. So how is that helping? I mean, you're in Florida. It's 87 or 88 degrees outside. It's one of the hottest times of the day, by the way. Right around, what was it, like 2, 3, 4, right there. It was hot. And I'm a Karen because I'm caring. You know what Doug said? He said, you're not a Karen. You're caring. I went, very good point. I'll make sure I point that out. He was like, you're not Karen. You're caring. You're the only one that noticed that dog and felt like you had a right to say something to defend that dog and protect that dog. He's right, you know? And I hope every one of you would make the same thing happen, you know? You'd go in and, I mean, how would you feel if you didn't say something and went, it's none of my business? Because honestly, that's how domestic violence was allowed to grow over the years back in the day, was when people said it wasn't their business. It's not my family. Women got beat, children got beat, they ended up dead. Vanessa! Hello, beautiful love. But I mean, that's how domestic violence got bad, right there, with people saying that it's not my business, it's not my place to say anything. It is everyone's place to say something when it comes to people being so beat down that when they're being beat or abused or neglected, they keep their mouth shut. They've been conditioned to, you know. We're outsiders that have not been conditioned, and we see the wrong where that person does not see the wrong. But everyone knows. That's why there's laws in so many states. I think there's actually laws in every state about leaving your dog in a vehicle on days when the temperature is like a certain amount and up. But in Florida, an 87 degree day is nothing like an 87 degree day, I guess, in Ohio or something like that. It's different. The humidity is insane. And that poor dog, I got video. I mean, I recorded the dog, and I did not record me confronting the chick because it wasn't about that for me. But then when she started her shit, I hit record. I was like, yeah, fuck you. No. Oh, you're gonna shamelessly call me a Karen and tell me to kiss your ass? All right. Now I'll record you. So I did. And it was brief. And then I left. And I recorded the dog one more time. And then we left. Because she was walking to the checkout to get her stuff and leave. She should have been ashamed of herself. She should have left the shit in her car. She was at a thrift store. But when I asked her, why do you have your dog in your car while you're shopping in a thrift store? She said, because she's going with me somewhere else afterward. I said, really? You're taking a corpse of a dog with you somewhere? When you leave here? She went, oh, kiss my ass. Wow. I was like, kiss your ass? What? I was like, you're telling me to kiss your ass because I'm telling you that your dog is outside struggling for air, and so you're mad at me. Makes sense. You're a genius. And she was older. She was an elderly. I guess she would be elderly in terms of, how they see it today. She was probably 63, maybe 65. I doubt she was 65. She was somewhere between 60 and 60, or she looked between 60 and 63. I don't know. But, just, I can't stand society anymore. They're just unbelievable. Don't get involved until you feel like you need to get involved. And I think anybody would have said something with a dog frantically barking in a damn truck and can't even get to the window. Okay, I'm going to crack the windows just barely in this oven on wheels. And then I'm going to tether you to the very back of the SUV so you can't reach those windows. I'll see your corpse when I get out. Love you. You fuck people. The more I live my life, the more I prefer my animals, I just do. I've been going on for an hour. I don't talk to people. I don't get out. I don't do anything. This is it for me right here once in a while. But y'all see how often. It ain't very often, and I cut more of my hair. Can you tell? Can you tell? I love it. Shane said, you should have seen it 2 days ago. It was like wispy. It was just going crazy everywhere. It was fantastic. But it's healthier. It's got more volume. It's got more bounce and more vibrance. And I don't think I ever want long hair again. Long hair is synonymous with dead ends, in my opinion. No matter what you do to it, you hit a certain age where your hair cannot retain the moisture it needs to stay healthy, and you got to constantly work on it. I don't got time to work on my hair. I don't want to get back into what I do for my life, but I don't have time to worry about vanity and hair or fingernails. If they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. I don't give a shit. I have to find shit to sell. I have to clean, research, and list the shit. I have to package it and ship it when it does sell. I have to do my research to find out what's selling and what's hot right now because the market changes fucking constantly. There must be 25 items from last year. No, I would say there's probably 25 items from 6 months ago that is completely dead now. Nobody's buying it. It's very strange. That's one of the reasons I've decided to stick with, rather than trendy shit, I've decided to stick with useful items, appliances, music, music, appliance parts, electronics. These things don't trend. They just are stuff that people need. And like, say you've got a stereo and you've got the whole system, the speakers and everything. One of the speakers falls and breaks. You want to replace that speaker. I know that because I've done that myself. And then I have that speaker listed. I don't, but I'm saying if I had that speaker listed, somebody would want to buy that speaker. So, I don't do the trendy shit. I don't do the clothes that are what's in. I stick with things I know, like denim. Most people like a good denim jean or a good denim jacket, basically regardless of the name. They like a good, solid denim coat. That looks good. Some people like them to look rough and raggedy, shockingly. Not factory distressed, but distressed from wear. Tore all to shit. They love it. If I find one, I'm gonna buy it because they sell for like $60. The brand would make it sell for more, of course, and the lower brand, it would not sell for as high. But yeah, sports equipment, movies, these are timeless things. So, no trendy shit for me. No skincare product of the day. No lip color of the month. None of that. I just, no brand name clothing of the year. No, because when they don't sell, and then the trend has moved on to the next thing that people are obsessing over, you're stuck with that shit. It doesn't fit you, it's not in style, and it's nothing you would have worn anyway, and you're stuck with it. No thank you. I'll take a hard pass on that. Blankets, comforters, linens, sheets, towels, washcloths. Anytime you can get like sets of that, which I don't ever find those, but I do know if you find shit like that and it's got a good quality construction, nice color, nice pattern, whatever, they do really well. Vintage sheet sets, especially for kids. If you find an old Superman sheet set, old Spider-Man, old Barney from the 90s, the 80s, any of that stuff, you're looking at money. Not a ton. You're not going to be able to quit your day job, but this is my day job, so it's just part of it. But, and this is my day job. That's why I love my job. I work when the fuck I want to. And then I stop and have coffee and talk to you guys. I've only got 2 thumbs up, but I know more than 2 people have just been talking to me. But it's 2 o'clock. I've got some research shit to do real quick that I had planned on and I haven't done yet. And then I've got to package, of all things, yarn. I got a really good deal on yarn at a yard sale a few weeks ago, and I've more than made my money back on my first sale. Uh-oh. It's thunder in there. That means we might get a storm here, which my plants need. So that's good. Oh, you fell out of the chat? Oh. Have any of y'all ever had a situation with a dog in a car? Personal? Because that's my second one that is of note. She even tried to say, when I said, you know what, I'm going to record this. She went, there you go, Karen. She said, that's all this was about for you. That's all this was ever about. Wait, you're trying to turn you leaving a dog in a hot car against the law in Florida into me just wanting a video? I'm not even recording you right now, you dumb bitch. I haven't even been recording, so how is it about that? You're trying to justify what you did by blaming me for wanting a video? Really? Well, then why isn't it on my YouTube channel? I shared it on my Facebook with my friends on Facebook, because it's a limited, a limited viewership that would see it. But it's like horrible people will say anything they have to say to justify their horrible shit. It's unbelievable. It's just, society is so fucked with people like that in it. Yeah. Oh, her entitlement was off the chain. When I was trying to find out who was driving the white SUV parked in the handicap spot, and she says, me. I heard her say, me. And I walked around to the aisle where she was at because the employees told me to find out. They were like, yeah, go find out who's driving it and you can do something. I was, really? I'll do this and then fuck y'all. No more goodwill for this one. Anyway, so I go around and she's coming down the clothing aisle and I meet her at the end of it and she goes, what is she barking? And I went, yes, she's barking. She can't breathe. I was like dumbfounded. I was like, did this bitch just say, what is she barking? Just a big old smile on her face. I was like, yeah, she's barking because she can't breathe. She's in a hot truck. Next time, call the po-po. They will bust the window. Well, I mean, that should never be your first step. Your first step should be to find the owner. The agenda is not to make a scene. The agenda is to get that dog out of that hot car. Shame that person to fucking death, so hopefully they won't ever do it again. I don't think anyone has ever said anything to her about it, because she acted like it was not a big deal. Typical Ocean Way. For the neighborhood where I live, this whole area, typical Ocean Way. I mean, just like, and I bet you she goes to church on Sundays. She came across, I got that vibe. After what they said to you at Goodwill, I would. Yeah, if I'd have known that Goodwill's policy was to not say anything to one of their shoppers if they leave a dog in the car, do they have that same policy for a child? I mean, is the value different for a child than it is for a dog, or is it about don't want to lose a shopper? We want all the murderers and killers to shop with us. We want all of the neglectful and horrible people to shop with us. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I don't want to give my money to Goodwill anymore. So 3 times a week pumping out, sometimes between me and Doug, $120 every time we walked in the door. No more. That money will not be going to Goodwill. I will never support Goodwill again. As far as I'm concerned right now, their policy is something I can't support. Animals cannot talk, but they are sentient beings. Yes, yes. It was a beagle. Just so y'all know, this was a beagle dog. And I may share a very tiny clip of the actual dog situation with the tether on my channel. I'll have to just edit the clip down, and then I'll post just so you guys can see. I won't do it right now because I'm kind of in the middle of other shit as soon as I get done with this. But it was just, this happened the other day. This was like 4 or 5 days ago. But something like that. Yeah, I think. But anyway, so literally this dog was tethered in the back. Arrogant, entitled, self-righteous, Ocean Way bullshit. I can't stand this area. I mean, it's a pleasant area. The crime is super low. I've had no problems out here, but the people are just undesirables. Just watched a video where the dog was lost. Owner found it at the shelter and the baby was crying. Oh, God. I remember our dogs got out of the yard one day. And when I called them, they didn't come. This was when our kids were little. Shane was a baby. And I called the next day. I called down to, no, I called that moment. I called animal control. And they said, I don't know. We did pick up a couple of dogs in that area. We're about to close. No, she said, we're closed. You can come in tomorrow. I said, well, I can't come in until he gets off work tomorrow. So, hey, Lucky. That's what I said. They should have made her sit in the damn car and see how I was sitting there thinking, you know, something will happen and then you think of the things you should have said. Not to be hateful, but to be beneficial. And I should have said to her, why don't you go sit in the car with the windows the same way in the same location your dog is sitting for the same length of time, around 30 minutes, and see if you want to bark. See if you want to cry out. See if it feels okay to you. So, I mean, people have a way of saying, that's my baby. But then, at the same time, they think dogs process temperatures differently. They fucking don't. Like a short-snouted dog will. They can't warm themselves in the winter, and they can't cool themselves in the summer. A snout is where when the dog breathes in, that air gets warmed or cooled before it hits their lungs. And then that spreads out the temperature through their body. You can look it up. But a short-snouted dog isn't capable of that. So if you have a short-snouted bully breed, either in the heat or in the cold, extreme heat or extreme cold, that dog is hurting. That dog's hurting bad. Yeah, 10 minutes, it depending on the heat and the age of the animal, the breed of the animal, yeah. Right, they don't sweat. They pant, and that dog was panting. The second time, the dog was not panting, but that first time, the dog was panting. and barking. We had just put all of our shit in the car. In the car, and we were talking to a woman that we had been talking to inside. We were talking to her outside. She was really elderly, super sweet chick, and we were just chatting away to her. And when I went to put the cart back, and I came out, I heard a dog barking, and it was the car right beside us. It was the truck beside us, and I went, "There's a dog in that truck?" Because I looked and I saw the windows down. I was like, wait a minute, it sounds muffled. Well, it's because the dog was tethered and wasn't anywhere near the windows. Makes my skin crawl, you guys. Makes my skin crawl. What was I getting ready to say? Oh, yeah. So we go to the shelter the next day. I used to work there at the shelter where I'm talking about. I used to work at the old one, and then when we had the new one built, I was one of the people that helped transport all of the animals from the old one to the new one, which was right next door. The city owned all that, so they built the new one, then tore down the old one. So I worked at the old one, I worked at the new one, and now there's another one that I've never worked at. They built that before I was around there, or after I left is what I mean. But anyway, so we go up there, and they have there's no dog inside that looks like my two dogs. I had Big Boy and had Scooby-Doo. And Doug said to me, "Don't get that Scooby out, just get Big Boy out." I didn't say nothing other than, and then I went on in, and I was dealing with my shit. Well, then Doug comes up behind me, because the girl was like, "Well, we have some dogs outside as well in the big pen, where they kind of just roam freely. There's like a shit ton of dogs out in one giant pen that get along." So we go out there, and as soon as I hit right through the back door and into the view of the pen, Big Boy runs up, and he's like, "Mom!" And then here comes Scooby right on his heels, and I looked at Doug, and I went, "You don't think that I'm really going to leave Scooby here and take Big Boy?" He got so mad. It's like, "You're cruel, dude. You got no heart at all. I don't know who, you were raised by fucking animals or something." So, anyway, I got both my dogs back. It wasn't cheap. They only had them for not even 24 hours, but yeah, I got my babies back. You leave hubby in the car? He's sick fucker. Yes, exactly. Mom, you got lost. He was so happy. He was a stray that I found on the street twice. I found him once, and I brought him home, and then I told Doug all about him after I took him back. I was like, I feel bad. He probably has a home. He's got a collar. I'm going to take him back. And he was just running with a bunch of stray dogs loose on the street. So I took him back to the neighborhood where I got him from, and I dumped him off, and he just watched me leave, and I felt terrible. And I told Doug all about him, and then I was going to bingo. Couple of days later, maybe 2 days after that, and Doug was home with the kids, and he was like, "Yep, go to bingo, have fun." Now, Shane was a baby, okay? So I had to stop with my friend. I had to stop my friend Sarah. She's actually one of my Facebook friends. She was the one that babysat my kids. So Sarah and me were going to bingo. She was a teenager. And we stopped at a store, and she ran in to get something. And I'm sitting there, and I look over, and there's a bunch of stray dogs. And there he is, playing with a dog. He's just like, big dog. This Big Boy was a big boy, clearly. And I went, and I called him Big Boy. And I went, "Big Boy, come here." And he looked at me. All the other dogs just stood there. And they were like, "You know that chick?" And I opened my door, and when I did, I went, "Big Boy." He came barreling across that parking lot, jumped in the car as Sarah was walking towards the car, and she went, "Is that same dog?" I went, "It is." And she got in the car as he was jumping in my lap. He climbed all over us. We were covered in mud. And I was like, I got to take him home. I got to show him to Doug. And I was all the way home. I was going, all right, big guy, you've got to be perfectly adorable. You have to be adorable so he'll let you stay. And I got him home, and I ran in the door, and I was like, Doug was in there making the kids something to eat, and I went, Doug, I got to show you something. And right then he ran up, and he sat like he understood me, and he sat on the floor by the sink and looked up at Doug with his ears down. And Doug looked down. He went, that's that same dog that you just saw? I went, that's him. I found him again. And he just looked into Big Boy's eyes and went, he can stay. I was like, yay. And Big Boy was like, yay. So that's how we got Big Boy, and we kept him until we had him put down when he was an old guy. He was 16 when we had him put down. But he was a very good dog. And when I see people leaving animals in cars, my God, it was a gang, yes. That was back in the day when, dogs ran in the streets like that, and it was cool because at the end of the day, they were like, all right, street lights are on, I gotta go home, and then dogs would go back home. But you can't do that anymore because people they're not just careless with their cars, they're cruel with their cars. They'll just barrel through a group of animals because they hate their life. They do it here all the time with the ducks, There aren't as many ducks here. There's no ducks here now. We just have geese. All the ducks were killed by some shit growing in the lakes out here. But, they'll just barrel through an entire group, the mom, the babies, and just kill them. They don't care. They don't care. There was a green Crown Victoria a few months back, barreled through, killed one. The rest of them got away, but killed that one and kept right on going in the park here. So you really can't let your animals do that anymore. You really can't. But, we have a vicious and cruel society. That's what we have. But yeah, we had our Big Boy for a long time. Really, yeah, our ducks all, there's bad filtration in these runoffs that they've claimed are lakes, but basically just water runoff. That's all it is. And there's like no filtration, I don't think. And if there is, it's bad. It's no good. And they had somebody come out and test the water, I think, right around the time that the ducks were starting to die. They were just, you'd go out there and there'd be 2 dead ducks floating in the water. I mean, it was horrible. You'd find them beside your porch dead. I didn't, but the people that live along the lake were what they call it, the ravine, the sewage. But, yeah, so they all ended up dying from some type of bacterial growth that we were having here in northern Florida. There's no reason anyone should run them over here. Our speed limit is 15. Ours is 2, but they barrel through here. I mean, they barrel through here like a cut through from Airport Road to Sterrett. It's like a cut through. It's awful. They don't even live here a lot of the times. They just cut through. And we got kids out here, man. I mean, little kids. And they feel safe that the 7 and 8-year-olds can go to the playground with the siblings that are a little bit older. I don't necessarily think little girls should do that, but some people think it's okay. There's not as many of them now because there's a lot of them that have moved out. But, yeah, they could hit a kid. They don't care. These people are assholes, man. So, yeah, I think we might be in the market for another RV soon because our options are wide open, but we want to get out of here. We want to get out of this park. It's just getting ridiculous. 2 rent raises from January to October 1. 2 rent raises? No, I'll pass. It's a strip of land that you're already making millions of dollars on. And the people who are financing their homes through the park, it's a 15-year loan and they cannot sell their home until it's paid off. They can't transfer the debt. They can't, they have to stay till it's paid off. I didn't know that. Well, we're looking to get another RV. We're just going to try to sell this and the other RV because it needs work. So we could sell that one for cheap. But sell this and the other RV and take the money and pay cash for another fifth wheel. But we need one that's got, like, not a super slide for sure, but the 2 slide outs instead of the super slide, because there's issues with those. I don't like that at all. But it has to have the office, like the bunk room, so we can convert it into an office. Gotta have that. But yeah, it's so cheap to live that way. I mean, really, it's so cheap to live that way. And we could save so much money. It's the best thing we could do. It was Doug's idea, by the way. Doug brought it up to me, and I was like, really? Are you sure? Wow, 10 acres is a lot. You gonna let me move over there? And relocation is an option because, Doug doesn't have to stay where he's at. If he joins me in the reselling business, we could do it more. We could triple out the income or quadruple, because I really haven't been putting that much work into it. And we can live wherever we want because we work from home. So there's that. We got lots of options, but we do know that we do not want to give any more money to this place than we already have. It's a waste of, renting is a waste of money. You are flushing your money down the toilet when you rent. You are flushing your money down the toilet when you finance a mobile home with a park. You really are. I can have all the dogs I want, yeah, here. I don't want any more dogs. The 2 I've got is all I need. I can travel with them. They travel really well. I don't need any other animals. No. Mm-mm. But all right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here because I haven't done anything functionable. That's not even a word. I just made that up. So you're welcome. Add that to your dictionary. Functionable. I haven't done anything functionable today. That's not true. I mopped. And I heated up my coffee. And I made some sausage pancake sticks. Cane Corsos, you can have all the Cane Corsos you want, and the Presso Canarios. Those are 2 dogs I won't go near. Not going to do it. I know people who have owned them. Not going to do it. I know what they're capable of, even if you've had them since they were babies and you know their lineage. I've seen what happens. I will take a hard pass. I don't agree with breed-specific laws, but you also can't blanket deny the reality of certain breeds and what they're capable of. Nope. You fell down. Well, then the productive part came from standing up, right? All right. I'm going to go. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. And I'm going to go do my research that I have to do on some stuff. Thank you for letting me chat with you guys. Ouch. That ain't where the knee burn came from. Stop playing. Y'all have a good day. Love all you bitches. Bye.